There's one thing I know about my audience. When it comes to fragrances, you definitely like them cheap. And you definitely like the beast mode fragrances. Well, in this video, got a few good ones for the fall to talk to you about. So stay tuned. So before we jump into the fragrances, my representative at Into the AM reached out to me earlier today and wanted me to pass along something that I think you guys will appreciate due to all the support that y'all have been showing with, ordering stuff from Into the AM and really digging the brand. He's actually jumped up that link from 10% off to 20% off. Until further notice, he didn't give me a timeline for it. So pretty cool if you like any of the shirts I've been wearing lately, even something like this long sleeve shirt. There's always a link down below in the description, and instead of getting 10% off your order automatically, now you're gonna get 20% off. So let's get into some fragrances. So with this first one, this is very new to the collection. I did purchase this when I was in Colorado Springs on my Marshall's hunt, which for those of you that have not seen that video yet, put it right there for you to check it out. It's 2016 release, so not that new, not that old. Hugo Boss. Hugo Man Extreme. I've been testing this one on my arm the last couple of days. I'm probably going to be doing a full wearing over the next day or so. Man, yes, it's a little on the synthetic side for sure, but 30 bucks will get you a big bottle like this. I believe it's a 100 milliliter bottle. It is indeed a 100 milliliter bottle. I couldn't remember if it was a 4.2 or a 3.3. And 29 bucks at the rack stores. Hard to beat. Right about the same price from discounters online. Difference though is it's very green, it's very aromatic, it's got a good bit of freshness up top, but the beauty is it's an 8+ hour fragrance. I've been getting about 10 hours on my skin with this one. I can't see people really getting less than 8 hours with this one, and it projects very, very heavy in the first 2 hours. This is definitely a beast mode cheapie, worth owning if you like the original Hugo from way back when, because it came out in the early mid-90s, right around 94, 95, which was, late elementary school going into middle school for me, and I remember a lot of people wearing the original. This is an iconic bottle, this canteen style bottle. Been around for many, many years. They finally put out an Extreme 4 years ago, and it's worth owning. It's cheap, it's long lasting, it's true to the original, it just smells good. That's Hugo Man Extreme. Now this next one's from one of my favorite independent houses. Banners right there. We're talking about Happyland Paisley Sky. So this is my 50 ml. This is actually a backup bottle. The reason I show you this one because it has the actual official label, because the 1 ounce I spray from has a handwritten label, because for those of you that have seen my individual review of it, I was the first person to review it. So that's what the labels weren't even in yet. That's why it's a handwritten label. I'll actually put that video right here if you want to check that out. That's from last year in the late fall. But this is a fantastic fragrance. This is a must-have from Happyland, whether you're doing a sample pack or you're just looking to buy a fragrance. It is full of heliotrope, very wearable oud. This is a lady killer type of fragrance. This is some sexy stuff, and it's super powerful. It really is. This is some powerful stuff, guys. And you get one of these big old sprays. God, man. Look, I love El Gudo. El Gudo has kind of jumped to the top for me. This was my favorite Happyland fragrance before El Gudo came out. It's kind of, they run a race. I can't really decide if I had to pick one, which one would it be? But it's a very, very close race. Paisley Sky is a must try. At the very least, you're getting 10+ hours, very large sillage for many hours. You're gonna waft, you'll smell yourself for, it seems like, the whole day. And like I said, chicks dig Paisley Sky. It's definitely a strong compliment getter, and you can get them for a really good price, and that's Happyland Studio Paisley Sky. Next is another one that you can get for a very, very affordable price. Even 100 milliliters in below $30 from most discounters online. 60 mLs like this will run you right around 20 bucks. We're talking about Roberto Cavalli Uomo Silver Essence. Arguably the better one to have over the original. I have not tried La Note, and I have not tried Deep Desire. I will get them eventually. But if you like iris, well, this one's orris, which is the root of the iris flower. Iris and violet leaf, you'll like this, and it's powerful. It's a 10-hour fragrance, easily. Very strong sillage, very strong projection, easy on the sprays if you don't want to damn near fill a room. This stuff is no joke. Same goes for the original Cavalli Uomo. They're powerful, cheap, and powerful for sure. This is a great cheap fragrance for a floral lover because the violet leaf gives that metallic kind of watery quality with that orris, which is that beautiful powdery waxiness. It's just such a well done fragrance for the designer realm. And it's just, they're so cheap from discounters. It's so hard to beat if you're a floral fragrance lover or you just like iris fragrances in general. It's kind of a must have for an iris lover, which is why I have it in the first place, because I'm an iris lover. And that's Roberto Cavalli, Uomo Silver Essence. Now we can't do a cheap beast mode fall fragrance video without one of my favorite cheap beast mode fall fragrances from Authenticity Perfumes, L'Homme Riche, the rich man. This stuff is powerful. Tonka bean fragrance, don't get me wrong, if you don't like tonka bean, you may not like it, because they definitely have a strong tonka bean note in here, but it's quite the versatile fragrance. It's nuanced, it's creamy, there's a little bit of citrus freshness up top. It's a very, very versatile fragrance. Great for work. It's 50% oil concentrations. They guarantee 12 plus hours. And you know what? I've yet to get less than 12 hours on any of their fragrances. They just do a great job. 60 ml like this, retail is like 40 bucks if I remember correctly, but I always have a 10% off code down below, save you another 10% with the link down below. They offer sample packs so you can try everything from them. It's 12, 15 bucks or something to try all 5 fragrances. But I'll tell you, for this time of year, if you're looking for just a safe, versatile, but powerful fragrance, L'Homme Riche is going to be very, very difficult to beat from Authenticity Perfume. Stock bottles, but they do their own thing with the label. It's very uniform. I like the way they look. Love the way they smell even more. Once again, that's L'Homme Riche, Authenticity Perfumes. Regardless of time of year, this is a cheap beast mode fragrance. 30 bucks will get you a 125 milliliter bottle. You would think it's built for the summer, and yeah, you can wear it in the summer. I definitely go easy on the sprays because this is beast mode as they come. But for the rest of the year, it'll cut through the cold in the fall, the winter, and the early spring. Davidoff, Cool Water Intense. Stuff is no joke. Gotta like Ambroxan though, even though they don't list it, it's definitely there. A blue bubblegummy fragrance, a lot of amber. You do get a little bit of the coconut, but it's mostly that amber, some bubblegum, that bubblegumminess, and some heavy Ambroxan for sure. This can be headache inducing if you're sensitive to Ambroxan. That's why I always give a little disclaimer when I talk about it, because God forbid somebody that's sensitive to Ambroxan buy this fragrance and then come rip my head off in the comments. Don't want to hear none of that. So you have been warned. If you're sensitive to Ambroxan, this is not going to be the fragrance for you because it is super strong. It deserves to be in any and all beast mode fragrance videos because it's a beast mode fragrance. And for 30 bucks, it's pretty hard to beat. It's loud, it's long, it smells great if you like bubblegummy blue Ambroxan fragrances. Because it's the easiest way to describe it. It doesn't smell like everything else, but it kind of smells like everything else. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but when you get your nose on it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Davidoff, Cool Water Intense. Now when it comes to the spring and the fall, that's when I prefer to wear this one. So some people are going to say, well, what about the Intense? I like the Intense more in the coldest of weather because that stuff is really, really, really beast mode on my skin. And of course, I'm talking about from Bentley, the original Bentley For Men, not the Intense. I actually prefer this one to the Intense, which I do have the Intense. I just prefer that in the coldest of weather. Spring and fall, this is my jam right here. It's a little bit boozier and a little bit spicier, a little bit more wearable than the Intense. It's not as much raw animalic leather. There's no smokiness to it. It's not heavy on the woods. Like I said, it's more on the booziness and the spices. It's a lovely fragrance. You can get this for around $24 for this 100 milliliter bottle as well. I get every bit of 10 hours out of it. And it really, really pushes off my skin, especially if you're going in that 5 spray, 6 spray range, which is actually a lot for this fragrance, believe it or not. That's definitely a lot for the Intense. But 5, 6 sprays on this, you're pushing. You're 6 feet out easy. You're not quite filling a room, but wow, people are smelling you very easy. And if Bentley Intense was just too much for you, it was kind of off-putting, you didn't really enjoy it, maybe give the original a try, because even though you can tell the Intense is a more intense version of this, this is definitely a more wearable fragrance than the Intense, and it's a few dollars cheaper. If that one's $28 to $30, this one's $24, $25. Yeah, it's a very minuscule difference, but hey, every dollar counts, right? Bentley For Men. Last but most certainly not least, you gotta like sweet, you gotta like boozy. Calvin Klein CK Reveal, as I like to call it, the couch pillow, because it looks like a damn couch pillow to me. I mean, there's no denying the similarities. But the agave in this, the brandy, whew, man, it doesn't smell like, I mean, there may be another fragrance out there that smells like this, maybe a niche fragrance that's it's ripping off, I don't know. But man, does this smell unique to me. I don't have anything else in my 500 plus bottles collection, not counting samples, that smells like this. It's very unique to me and to my nose, and 25 bucks will get you a 100 milliliter bottle of this at the rack stores, Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington, wherever you can find it. It's 25 bucks. Lasts a long time. You don't need a lot of sprays because it's potent, it's powerful. It can be a bit much if you're not easy on the trigger. This is one that, like I said, sweet and boozy. If you like sweet and boozy, you're bound to like this. And this is a bit more sweet than you may even realize, to be completely honest with you. It can be a bit much. You have to be a sweet fragrance lover because it's definitely on the heavily sweet side of things. It's actually got a good bit of freshness to it as well for being a sweet boozy fragrance. It's very well done, very underrated. It gets talked about from time to time. Different people bring it up on different lists, and for good reason. It's not hyped up like crazy, but it's not a hidden gem either. It's one that deserves your attention. You come across this one at the rack store, maybe give it a try next time. That's CK Reveal from Calvin Klein. Well guys, that's the 7 that I got for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of these do you have already? I'm telling you, if Bentley Intense is too much for you, try the original. I swear by that one. If I had to keep just one of the two, I'd keep the original over the Intense. Yeah, I said it. And Paisley Sky, it's not just cool because it rhymes. Paisley Sky is a must try. You get your nose on it if you haven't yet. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, I'm pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.